Okay, the objective now is to populate this pie chart that was defined in the fxml file. So the first thing we need to do is once the page is, or I should say page, once the screen is loaded, we want to initialize it. So first thing we have to do is implement initializable. This is going to force us to add an unimplemented method. This is an interface and this is required for the interface. Let's just do a sysout to test it. Ooh. Sysout to test to make sure that this is getting executed once the screen is loaded. So let's I will go to the main. Let's run the main. And notice the test came out. So we know that it's working when the screen comes up. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to use the DAO layer, the data access layer, the data access objects that we created, and we're going to populate the pie chart with it. In a lot of the examples you see that it's hard-coded, but realistically you probably wouldn't hard-code it. It would come from a data source, whether it's a database or a file. It would come from somewhere. It just wouldn't be hard-coded. So I wanted to do an example like that. So in order to populate the data, we need to define an observable list. Okay, that list will contain a pie chart data, but let's first, I want to continue this first and then we will keep going later. I'll say here pie chart data. I'll then say here fx collections, and this is going to take an observable array list, and that will take this list right here. Now this list we haven't defined yet. What this is looking for now is this data type right here. It's looking for pie chart period data. This is still complaining because we need to populate this. I'm not populate, sorry, create it. So let's create this list. It's not the list I wanted. Okay, I want to make sure I spelled this correctly. Observable array list, which is correct. And I wanted to create a variable here. I'm going to say here, no, that's not the data type I was looking for. So let's define the data type itself. This should be a list of data. I'll set it to new array list first. And that list let's import the list here. Oh, sorry, I need to create a variable called list. And now this is almost ready. So the next goal now is to eventually populate this with data that comes from a DAO. So that's the next goal. So we set it up. And right now, of course, let's just run it to see what happens. Nothing should happen. But I wanted to make sure no exceptions happened either. Okay, so our next goal is to actually populate this with data and then actually visually see the pie chart.